Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this video. All right, so this video we're talking about the ignition switch electronic steering lock on a 2010 Nissan Murano. If you guys have a no crack, no start with a stiff steering wheel, definitely want to check out this video. So basically, I put up a couple of videos on this Murano. I was asked to go out there to try to fix the issue. It was a no crank, no start. However, the history of this car, pretty sure the guy who called me up was probably lying about the history of the car. He told me that he had the car and it drove fine, and then out of nowhere he started having this no crank, no start issue. I swapped out a couple of things. The brake switch was swapped out. The little key, the little hole you put the key in for the key, for the key start. He swapped that out. Had no response from the vehicle. There was a light on the dash, a red light on the dash that was blinking. So basically, I got out there, looked at the car, and the car looked like it was probably a car that was bought from an auction, a police auction or something like that. It looked, it didn't have registration, it didn't have plates, so I wasn't believing the guy what he told me about the history of the vehicle. But nonetheless, I actually did try to figure out what the problem was, and no crack, no starts. With this particular situation, partly there was a problem with a blown fuse, and that blown fuse was the engine CONT fuse, and there was no communication between the car, the ECM, and the OBD2 scanner. Once that fuse was swapped out, I believe it's a 10 amp fuse. If you guys want to check out the videos that I did on that, check out that video. Popped in the fuse, and the vehicle responded. OBD2 read, went through, scanned, read everything, but there were no codes, obviously, but the car was completely dead before I actually jumped it, so there wouldn't have been a code to begin with. At that point, I thought that it might have been the starter, but he did replace the starter. The starter was replaced by a U starter. We replaced the starter. He had replaced the starter and still had that issue. Had called me back again to replace the steering lock. If you guys have this issue with a no crank, no start, there is a chance that the steering lock could actually cause your no crank, no start. There's a little mechanism in the steering lock that's connected to the ignition. There's a little motor there, and once it's initiated, it allows the steering wheel to move. However, in this case, the steering lock did not move. Now, I was called out to do this job, but this video that you're seeing is actually a video of when I was out there the first time. I thought it was the steering lock that was the problem. Now, if you encounter this issue where you guys don't know whether it's the steering lock that's the issue, you guys checked out the fuses, it's not the fuses, it's not the relay, it's not the battery, you guys are sure that's not the starter, and a lot of times in these situations you guys probably won't know whether it's a starter or not. But in this situation, if you guys have the steering, it's completely locked on you and you have no crack, no start, I'm going to tell you guys how to do is, I'm going to tell you guys what you guys can do to try to get it started one last time. There, as you guys can see, it's a box. There's a motor in the box. Once the motor is initiated, it actually allows the steering lock to move. Now, if you have an older vehicle, there's a good chance the motor in that little box is seized, as as motors get seized, you know, if it's overused, if it's too old, you know, there's a lifespan to these, kind of like the motor in a starter. So what you guys want to do is, this is not the hardest thing to get to. You guys might have to take a couple panels out. As you guys can see on this car, it's where it's at. You might want to take something like a small hammer if you have something that has a little bit of weight on it, so that you could just knock it a little bit. Sometimes that will loosen the motor up, maybe one last time, so that you could actually initiate the ignition process so that it gets you started, and you might be able to drive back to home or wherever you need to go one last time instead of calling a tow truck. If you guys are in this situation, definitely check it out. And this is one of the parts that you really want to try to eliminate or diagnose as not the cause of your problem as far as a no crank no start is concerned. If it is, it's not a hard part to change out, and it's not a difficult part to and it's not an expensive part. All right, it's not an expensive part, and it's not a difficult part to change out. You guys might be able to do it yourself. You guys are inclined to do work mechanically, or you guys, it's not rocket science as far as changing this part out. In any case, I hope this has helped you guys out as far as this video is concerned. If you guys have any questions, definitely leave a question or comment. Please subscribe, share, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Appreciate your time, guys. Take care.